Welcome to Olympus. My name is Ryan. Today is December 7th, 2025. Hope everyone is doing well. Have a few new events that we're going to be talking about. We have a new Titan that got access to, Asherona. So we're going to be doing some fights on the stream. We're going to be seeing how good Asherona actually is in battle. Yeah, just having a good old time. How is everyone doing today? Tell Zeus Celeste does not belong that low, and no one prompted me to say that today. Oh, I will tell him. I will tell him. Yeah. We're gonna keep that going. Celeste is should not be ranked that low. I love it. I love it. Hope everyone's doing well. Hey, Marikwan, Florian. Hope you both are doing well. Welcome to the stream. Let's start with a quick update. Hero Tournament of Power. So, as I predicted, I did not get first. I actually got third in this one. The second place also grew quite a bit. So it was actually just most prudent to not try to get first, save some of my resources that I had for a later event. So that was the plan. Still got 15,000. Not bad. I'm still sitting on a decent amount of emeralds. Hopefully, everyone that's watching, your Hero Tournament of Power went really well. You won some additional emeralds and hero chests. Hopefully, everyone did. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty tough. I think there was someone at 320 who won. Then there was someone at 270. And I ended up around 220, if I remember right. It was something like that, Viking, if I remember right. So it would have taken a lot for me to move up, and even then, that guy could have moved up a little bit more too. So I just decided go one tier above what you can do and go from there. Hey, Amelia, hope you're doing well. 5 fire team beat water. We will wait for 5th water to balance everything. Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of Asherona fighting. We're going to be doing a lot of that later on in the stream. So we're going to be testing her against a lot of teams. So if you do have teams that you want me to use Asherona against, we'll be talking about it in a bit. But let's look to see. Get a new haircut? No, I haven't got my haircut in a month. I don't know. Something like that. 3 weeks? No. Okay, yeah. Viking has it recorded 336 to 266 and 211. Okay, so it has 50K behind. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get to 336. Even 266 would have been a stretch. I might have been able to get there, but then that would have wasted a lot of the stuff I need to save. So, yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at this. We have a Heroes of Guardian coming up in a couple days. Hero Wars Area of Conquest is going to be coming up a day after that. So later on this week, that will officially start on Wednesday. Asherona event is going to start on Friday. Then we'll have the Hero Wars Sears game event start a day later. And the Elemental Synergy start on that date as well. Now, reason I'm bringing this up, Asherona event starts on the 12th. We have a Hero Tournament of Power that starts on the 16th. Wait to upgrade your Asherona until the Hero Wars Tournament of Titan Power. Wait. You will get a lot of Titan resources. You'll be able to upgrade her. You'll be tempted to upgrade her. Don't do it until the Tournament of Titan Power. Don't do it. Honestly, you probably should even wait for the Hero Wars Power of the Titans, at least for levels, because this is kind of a double dip for the leveling up Titans. So it would be an easy way to get both of those, level it up 80 times, and upgrade Titan skins. So I just wanted to call that out because I think some people are going to be, I want to try out the new Titan. Let's like level her up as much as we possibly can so that we can play around. Wait. Just give it 5-6 days and it will be significantly better. Significantly better. So we got the Winterfest that is going to be starting on the 21st. That's going to be fun. Looks like it's going to be a 10-day event. A 10-day. My best guess is it will be broken down into 2 different events. The first part, 5 days. Second part, 5 days. That's pretty similar to most other Winterfests too. So nothing crazy about that. However, we do have a new event that just came out today. Winter Pole event. Now, this event has two different parts to it. Number one, we have these just regular quest items. Now, the thing about this particular event is you can see here for this first one, Epic Journey, this is just logging in. Everyone gets this. You log in, you get it. It's not very many Winterfest baubles, but it's something, every little bit helps. Thank you. So, yeah, log in 7 times. However, every single other task, except for this one, for the spend emeralds, is every day, right? So I already finished this one. I probably should have done this on stream. This is get 50 soul stones, hero soul stones. And for that, you would be getting Essence of the Elements, the Titan resource. We have Treasure Hunter, buying emeralds, which will give you extra emeralds and some Winterfest baubles. Hey, Luis, hope you're doing well. Just spending emeralds here. Then we got, and the nice thing is that it gives you both Hero Resource Chest and Titan Resource Chest. So not bad. Conqueror of the Winter Wilds right here gives you some skin stones for spending energy. And the nice thing is that they give you free energy at Master of the Snowy Peaks. If you open up 15 chests in the tower, which is just one chest for each level that you can get a chest, you get, I think, like 600 free energy. So you're going to be getting that for free, which is going to help you get more of these skin stones too. So nice double dip there just by pushing it. Treasure Hunter, opening Outland chests, 36 daily if you're going to max this out. And then lastly, Ice Devil, where you can get some wish crystals for opening artifact chests, 60 each day. Now, for most of these, like this one, I'm only going to be able to do this a couple times. I don't really have a lot of artifact chests sitting around. I used them already in previous events. For this, I'm not going to be doing the Outland chests. 25 chests in the tower, probably not more than the stuff I need. Energy, this is kind of an interesting one. I would do it for the next 2 days, especially since we have Demon Dolls here. So you'd be getting Demon Dolls. You'd be getting the extra energy here that gives you on Snowy Peaks, which will also give you the free stuff in the Skin Stones. And they have an energy task right here. I actually already finished that. No, it's right here for Cascade. So it's a nice triple dip for energy. Nice triple dip the next couple of days. So I don't think that's a bad move. I wouldn't go crazy on spending emeralds. I don't think these prizes are worth it. But if you do spend some emeralds, you'll get a little bit more. And the 50 soul stones, that really just depends on if you have extra soul stones. It really does. I don't know how many people will have that. What I have been doing over the past 2 days is for this Cascade event, we also have this perform 25 summons in the Soul Atrium. So I'm going to be doing, I did 10 today, right, in the Soul Atrium. So I did 10 of these so that I could max out this Winter Pole event for Soul Stones. Tomorrow, I will be going and getting the remaining 80. So I will also be getting the Call of Great Power again tomorrow. Then after that, we'll figure out how many Soul Stones I have to play around with. If you've been playing for a long time, you probably have a lot of the chests. Probably. But yeah, I mean, it's basically just free stuff for stuff you do. I'm not going to complain about that. Even if it's not a lot of free stuff, hey, every little bit of free stuff helps. That's 1,000 skin stones. I'll take that. I'll take 1,000 skin stones for just spending energy and getting demon dolls for it. So that's part one of this event. Part two, we have what they call the holiday hustle. So you can see here that there is a winter festival. And so this little icon, I think, is actually going to be like sitting out here the entire time. So this is going to be our Winterfest icon for this year. Now, we have an event that has started called Winter Pole, and this might look a little bit similar to other events that we've been a part of. There was one in August. I think it's called like Pirate Cove or something like that. It's a pirate themed event, but it is asking you to do the exact same thing that this event is asking. So this event, there's 3 different categories that you can become a part of. The first one is you spend 1,000,000 gold and you can get prizes as long as other people also do the same thing and spend that 1,000,000 gold. Now, if you haven't spent the 1,000,000 gold, 100% do it. 100%. 1,000,000 gold for these resources is a very good deal. I don't care that it's not that many resources. 1,000,000 gold is not that much. Everyone should be doing this. Now, unfortunately for me, I play on Facebook. And I say unfortunate because a lot of times I'm not sure we're going to be getting this grand prize. We're on web, I think, most of the time. And correct me if I'm wrong, web players, but I think most of the time you get the grand prizes here. But yeah, that's one of the negatives. There's multiple negatives to playing on Facebook. That's one of them. But still, it doesn't matter. Even if I got 2 of these prizes, I still think that's worth 1,000,000 gold. Especially like 3 soul crystals. Like that's not bad. And some extra Winterfest baubles. I'd still do it. I'd 100% still do it just for 1,000,000 gold. But I do want to get here. I do want to get here. There's not much interaction here, or are all your followers experts? Not yet. Max prize for gold on server 22. Okay. How many more do you have? And Lewis, if you have a question, I'm happy to answer it during. I would assume that as I'm just like talking about this, most people have seen this before, right? Most people have seen this before. Yeah, where do you redeem the baubles? So the baubles can't be redeemed yet. Those are going to be redeemed during the Winterfest event. So please, you can wait on those. You're going to turn those baubles into the Winterfest tree, which will then give you cookies, which you can then use to send out gifts. That's the way it's going to work, Ronald. Now, this is 1,000,000 gold. The second one is Polar Cove. This one is 2,500 emeralds. So for this one, it is at least on the pirate event, it was never a good deal. This one, I'm actually kind of convinced this is a good deal. So 2,500 emeralds is a decent amount of emeralds, but number one, you can get about 130 rare enchantment runes. If you do the math, that's about 65 great enchantment runes, right? And some baubles, then 320 wish crystals, which wish crystals are nice. I need them. And 1,500 baubles, 7,500 elemental tournament coins. I don't really need these, but still okay. I do need a chaos core still and Winterfest baubles. And then here, 15 bottled energy and Winterfest baubles. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of math here. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of math. We have bottled energy 15. If you were to straight up buy bottled energy, that's 300 emeralds. So if we're going to say one bottled energy is 300 emeralds, you spend this, that's 4,500 emeralds right there, just for the bottled energy. Forget about the other prizes, just for the bottled energy, right? And you could even get this, which is 45 absolute artifact chests, which is really good. So these prizes are pretty good. I was actually surprised. I was actually surprised. Now, again, I don't know how far we are going to get on Facebook. We need 1,229 more here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take a leap of faith here. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a leap of faith and do it. And the nice thing is you still can get a little bit extra prizes from here, right, for doing this. But let's say you do have limited emeralds, and this is something I do want to bring up. If you do have limited emeralds, you might want to save those for other events like Guardians of Outland, or the Area of Conquest, or even the Asherona event, because this event right here will still be going on while Asherona is happening, and you will be able to at least double dip on the emeralds that you're spending. So if you can't afford it each day, I don't think it's a bad purchase. If you can afford it one day, 2 days, I would wait. I'd wait. Last prize is 6,353 players away. I doubt there are many active players on server 22 which have not paid the gold amount. Yeah. Is it by server on web? On Facebook, I am almost 100% sure that it's just the entire Facebook community, because we don't have 1,000 players on my server. We don't have close to that, at least active players. So Are you sure that progress depends on the number of participating and spending? I thought it depends on the number of event quests done on the server. Not that it matters. I'm pretty sure it's the people who are actually participating in the event. Yeah. On my server, there's no chance of reaching the end. I'm 302 web server, and there's also a player exodus due to inactivity or transfers to other servers. Yeah. Yeah, that can happen, unfortunately. One of the interesting things is I have heard on the mobile version that they're consolidating servers, and they really should do that on Facebook and web too. I really think they should. I really think they should move all Facebook players to web. That's what I would prefer. I'd love to be on web, but consolidation I think would make it a more active server, make it more engaging, make the gold league harder to be in, harder to stay in. Really get people's competitive juices flowing. I think that would be good. So that's Polar Cove. That's Polar Cove. This is for Emeralds 2,500. It's a pretty good deal. Then we have the Snowy Legion. This is a purchase. And I have said it before on the pirate event. I think I will even say it now. I think the prizes are improved, right? 90, 150, 25, 30, 550. Like the prizes are improved from the Pirate Cove event, but this is still, I don't think, a good value. If you are a limited spender like me, this is too much. I am looking to spend my money on the best situations. It's not going to be this. That's just my opinion. Save your money. I would rather buy the AOC golden ticket. I would rather buy the new Asherona event ticket. I would rather spend it on the season pass, right? Than this. I think this is a pretty low ROI. Yeah, I think it's a pretty low ROI. The system of transferring from one server to another should not exist because it causes imbalances in guilds and servers. You mean like specific players doing that? I know if we're going to be talking about transfers really quick, players cannot transfer to a guild that is newer than their own. So whenever I started playing Hero Wars, I actually started in server number 74, this Cradle of Beginnings, right? So whenever I started, that means I can go to 74, 73, 72, 71, 70, 69. I knew some people at 69, which is why I moved here. But I could not try to go to 75, which is a newer server, right? I could not move my character there, but I could move my character up to any of these servers that are above it. So, yeah, it really just depends on. But I do think they should break some of these servers down and put them together, right? I think it would make it more fun. I don't know what the web population looks like. I know overall they have significantly more players than us, but I think their servers, like they create a lot of new servers all the time too. So it is a little bit, the servers can be a little bit thin over there. Yeah. So yeah, I can see how it could create an imbalance. But my advice here for the Snowy Lagoon is pass on this one, Do we have an idea of the approximate value of the baubles? What are the contents of the various gifts? So we don't have that 100% sure of what the different gifts are going to be, but let's go ahead and look up what previous gifts were, and we can kind of get a basic idea. I don't think they're going to change it that much. Let's go ahead and say that. So Winterfest, Hero Wars. I was actually looking this up just a little while ago. Yeah. Here we go. This Hero Wars Fun site actually has the different items that you can get. Here's just the full guide. Let's go ahead, go to that. So this is kind of what it looked like beforehand. Earn baubles, which you would then use to decorate the tree, which would then give you cookies to send or to send gifts, and you would receive gifts sometimes. And then you would be able to go up in ranking based off of that. Each bauble is one Winterfest coin or cookie, right? And you can also get those Winterfest coins for emeralds too. So you can do that trade-in, which happens quite a bit. Now, if you send gifts, the gifts that we used to have are these gifts. These were last year's, 2024. We had a hero upgrade gift box. That was 750. So basically think of it as like 750 baubles for this. This would give different hero upgrades, and we can take a look to see right here. Here's the percentage of what you would get, but 300 artifact coins, five of those metals, essences, or scrolls, one equipment fragment chest, one lesser hero soulstone chest, one chaos core, 5 huge XP potions, 1 great enchantment rune, 200,000 gold, roughly 283 emeralds. These are my second least favorite. I don't really like the hero upgrade gifts. Now, who knows if they change them, if they lower them in price, if they increase in price, I don't know. But I'm assuming they're going to have something like this that will also have soul stones for a newer hero, maybe even Augustus, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Then we have the pet gift. This one I would consider the most worthless. I think the pet gift is not something you should really send or want to get back. This gift is pet potions, chaos particles, pet summoning eggs, or pet soul chests. None in huge amounts, right? So if we're looking at this for 1750, that's over 2 times the amount of this hero upgrade chest. No, thank you. I'm not interested in this and like sending and getting this gift. And what I usually like to do with my guildmates, I usually like to just say, hey, I'll be spending this amount of cookies on you or these gifts if you send me these other gifts in return, right? That seems a relatively fair way. I think most people do it that way. Kind of a calculator, right? Just say the gift that you want and we'll send it. Next up, we had the Augustus gift. This is 100% going to get changed. This is 100% going to get changed. We'll see how they actually do it. It will be someone else, probably, who is in this, but you did have a chance of getting Augustus Soul Stones in that. And it also gave you glory points that helped in getting additional rewards on the Christmas tree. But we got Intelligence Skin Stones, Absolute Artifact Chest again, Equipment Fragment, Chaos Cores, 5 huge XP potions, and Great Enchantment Runes. So very, very similar to this Hero Upgrade box, except it also gives you glory points, and you can get Augustus Soul Stones. So wasn't a huge fan. I already had Augustus to the max. If you don't have Augustus to the max and played last year, this was pretty good. Next up, we have the War Flag gift. I'm assuming this one's probably going to change. They might have a new flag out for this Winterfest, but they haven't announced anything. But we'll talk about it whenever they do. So this one has Explorer's moves, Golden Thread, or potentially the War Flag of Frost. Now, I got lucky. I did get the War Flag of Frost pretty early on in my gift, and it had a pretty low percentage. So I felt good about it. But yeah, Explorer moves are good. I didn't really need the Golden Thread, so I wasn't huge on this one just because of the cost. The cost was 12,000, which is quite a bit. But I did want to get that War Flag of Frost. Once I got that, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good to go. Then after that, we have what I consider my favorite gift, the Ascension gift. Now, the reason I think Ascension is the most important, actually, let's wait. Let's wait on that. Let's go to the skin gift next. We'll go to Ascension after that. We got the Ascension gift or the skin gift. Now, this is super important if you don't have these winter skins, because this is the only time that you're going to be able to get those. Only time you can get winter skins is during Winterfest. So if you still need these, you're going to want to trade them out. Now, if you have gotten all of these skins, if you've gotten every single one, instead of a skin, you'll get 1,000 of each of these different types of skin stones. So it's still not bad. Still not bad. Not as good, but still not bad. But this one also costs 20,000. So it is a lot. It is a lot to send these, right? So I like this one. I do try to send this to one player each day, because if you send a gift, you also get your gift, right? Really hoping Augustus skin is in the skin gifts this year. Could be. We'll see if they add any or if they keep those behind a paywall. Hopefully they do add additional skins here. I am hoping they do. We'll see. But yeah, these are not bad, but it goes to my favorite, Ascension gifts. And if they change these, I'll be sad. And the reason I like these so much is Ascension materials are some of the hardest to get in the game of Hero Wars. And if you have been playing even for a long time, you probably still need these things right here, Eternal Seeds. These Eternal Seeds are hard to get. You get, if you're in a good guild, 10 to 12 per week. You need to spend over, I think the math was 600 per specific hero like trait. So each like warrior class needs to spend over 600 to get that to max. Mage, tank, healer, marksman, control, support, etc., etc. You need a ton. I did the math. If you just got your 10 on a weekly basis, it would take you close to 6 to 7 years. Which is that's an insane. That's one of the longest grinds in the game. So, for me personally, this is my favorite because I will have a chance to get a lot more of these Ascension gifts and these Ascension materials. Like these at random insignia, these insignia here. All of this is helpful. Every single bit is helpful, and I'll prove it. I will prove it. I will prove to you that last year that was by far my most given gift. Right. So this right here, if you go to if you have this extension, it's the Hero Wars Assistant. You can actually see all the collected gifts that you got. So you can see here, I did get quite a few skins, like a decent amount of skin gifts, but I mean, I got 122 of these things. That's a pretty good. That's like 12 weeks worth. A lot of different Ascension materials. I was asking people whenever I sent gifts to them to send me back just Ascension gifts because that's what I wanted the most of by far. So those are my favorite. But that's basically how Winterfest works. It will be a fun event. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the gifts and how they're going to change those up. If they do change the values, the Ascension is worth 5,000. That's the same as the Augustus gift. You know, War Flag gift is 2.4 of the Ascension gifts. So, I mean, everyone should know where they're currently at in the game, the resources they need, and then pick the gifts based off of that. But just to give you an idea of baubles, right? Because that's how the question came up. I have 6,150. I would right now, if I traded all those in, I'd have a little bit more than enough for one Ascension gift to give to someone. One. So, not that many baubles. Who knows if that changes, though? Who knows if that changes later on and they lower the amount or increase the amount? They could do either. It's possible. Yeah. Hello, in Asgard, is it worth maxing out every branch of the Great Tree of Wisdom? Yeah. Well, I mean, that should always be the goal, right? So in Asgard, the Great Tree of Wisdom, that is going to be, as I was talking about, one of the longest grinds in the game by far. Takes over 6 years, and that's if you're in a Gold League guild that's beating the bosses at 160, right? But you can see my tree right now. I have 113. These are great, by the way, for the Hero Tournament of Power. If you first time watching, if you upgrade this, it gives you a lot of power during those Hero Tournaments of Power. So great time to do that if you're trying to go for the win. But you can see here, I have maxed out two, the Mage and the Support. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't max them out. I'd keep them at 49, and then I'd try to go and max out all the other branches, and then go for those. But what's done is done. I have Tank 49, Marksman 49, Warrior 49. I'm working on Healer now. After that, I'll go to the Control branch, and then I will figure out which ones I want to upgrade. But yeah, this is super important. It gives a lot of stuff. It really does give a lot of extra ability. Like, right? So every single one of my mages have 39,000 additional health, 10,534 additional magic attack, 3,168 additional armor, 4,014 additional magic defense, and 3,490 additional magic penetration. So very good. It's very, very good. And again, one of the hardest things to get. So that's why I recommend Ascension gifts. But we'll talk about that a little bit more whenever Winterfest comes. But in the meantime, try to get as much as you can. Absolutely do the Icebound Inlet. Polar Cave is a pretty good value. Snowy Lagoon, probably pass. That's my thoughts, my opinion there. Okay. Let's get to why everyone's here. We have another event. Another Titan event coming up in just a little bit. Asherona and Pyro. Let's talk about this Titan a little bit. Let's go over its abilities. Number 1, skills. Pyromania. Summons Pyro. On arrival, he deals 50% attack damage to all nearby enemies and applies Smoldering Brand to each of them. Pyro applies Smoldering Brand to nearby enemies every 10 seconds. Whenever that enemy marked with a Smoldering Brand takes damage from any other Titan, the brand explodes, dealing 40% attack damage to that enemy and surrounding foes. Nice little AoE. It's 15% of Asherona's maximum health and cannot be targeted directly, but if Asherona's losing health, then Pyro will lose health too. Testing has been good. We'll show that in just a little bit. Spiritual Bond Fire. And Asherona and Pyro merge their will, forming a blazing bond with a fire element. Totem activation purposes, they count as 2. That means you can use 2 fire titans, like Asherona and Pyro, plus a, let's say you wanted to use Araji, and you would still be able to get that fire totem in there. And they generate 20% more energy toward activating the fire totem. So it seems like decent abilities, but how does it play out in practice? If you're watching and you want me to fight a specific team, let me know in the comments. But we're gonna go ahead and start some Titan fighting here. We're going to go ahead and do a full water team plus Tenebris. This is a pretty solid team, right? Pretty solid team. Actually, let's make sure we give them the right stuff too. Here we go. And we're going to use a full fire team. And let's go ahead and do this and this. So we have full water. That's who we're fighting against full fire, right? Boom. Let's see what happens here. Gonna put it on auto and go. You would think in these situations that the water team should win. Water is supposed to beat fire. Will it? Well, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. You can see I got that stun off. And look at this. I took out a full water team with 3 fire titans still available. Every time. That's pretty good attacking team. That's a pretty good attacking team. All right, we got a team. Moloch, Araji, Asherona, Eden, and Verdok. Okay, let's do it. So we got Eden, Verdok, Araji, and Moloch. We're going to go ahead and assume the best. So we're going to do Murmur of the Crags and Triple Cycle. No, Echo Aegis. And then we're going to do Last Flash and Pulse of the Ancients. No, not Pulse of the Ancients. What am I doing? Primal Zeal. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack it with our fire team. Full fire. Hey, Albert. Welcome to the stream. I'll do the water and Solaris in just a sec. And there we go. Winner. Now, this is going to be a little bit different every single time because Eden is in the game here, right? So Eden's going to be dragging down a different Titan every single time. But it looks like we're close to 100% guarantee that it's going to beat the two summoner team that you see here, right? Even with the best elements here. So very good attacking team. This 5 fire team, very fun. As I was testing, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and change the attacking team. Or change this. Let's see here. I think someone said you wanted Asherona, Araji, Solaris. Asherona, Araji, Solaris, Eden, and Verdok. There we go. Okay. Oh, no, I shouldn't have to change these, but I will. Let's go ahead and do Murmur of the Crag still and Echo Aegis. And we're going to keep that there, and let's go. Full Fire versus Dark and Light. We'll get to that. Yep. Oh, you wanted Moloch instead. Okay, I'll change that. There it is. Full win. Again, Eden will change who survives here, but we have the same result. All right, let's change the attacking. Well, we're not going to actually change the attacking. We're going to change the defending team. Araji, you want Moloch instead. Well, every single time I change a Titan, it just updates automatically. Okay, here we go. Full Fire versus Dark Light. We'll do that in just a sec, yeah. Try my Stunlock team, Solaris, Moloch, Asherona, Verdok, Eden. Okay, we'll try that in a sec too. Oh man, it's a murder. Look at that. An absolute murder. 4 of them still alive. Yikes. That is nuts. Okay. Next up, let's do that Stunlock team. Solaris, Moloch, Asherona. I know Verdok is going to be in there, and Eden. Kind of an interesting team. Murmur of the Crags, Echo Aegis. Throw those on there. Same attacking team. Let's do it. Oh, did I already do this one? Got it. Oh, is this the one that would just like dominate? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the Stunlock team doesn't really work. This team's just too fast, right? It's just too fast. All right, let's go ahead and do Light Dark now. So we're going to do, let's say, Brewster, Mort, and Iari. We will put the good ones on here, which would be Ice Age and Call the Elements. And here it is Wrath of the Depths and Triple Cycle. Cool. Still full fire. How would you slow the team, or is fire just the new king? There are a few teams that do beat it in terms of defending, but it is a very strong attacking team, especially if you have your if you have the correct like rankings here. Like if you have Last Flash and Primal Zeal, it's a pretty dominating team. 100%. Okay. Let's go out. Let's change this a little bit. Let's put like a something like this, a light dark team. Oh, I probably have to update. Do I? Yeah, I do. Wrath of the Depths and Triple Cycle. Yes, that's exactly it, Merrick one. That's exactly it. Full fire team means a crazy. Look how fast this totem is charging up, and then look how fast it charges up again. That's 2 of them. But here we go. Okay, so this was the team that I had tested out that was able to beat it, right? So we have the light, the 3 light, and 2 dark. Now I think this does change, if I remember correctly, if I put Brewster in here instead. I think that does update it a little bit. And the fire might win here. Nope, still doesn't. Okay, maybe I'm misremembering here. But it looks like the 3 light team can still do pretty good against the fire. Yeah. Exactly. They can still survive. As long as they can get their totem off, then that's what makes them good. Yeah. But let's try like a full light team. So let's do something like this. Right? Let's see how good this is. Can you try Flame Dance on Fire Totem with 5 Fire Titans against Last Flash with 5 Fire Titans? Yeah, sure. Nope, still good. Still good. A little bit closer. Very close, but it will still be strong. Okay, let's change this again. Let's go back to the old team that I was just fighting. Let's put Brewster in. Make sure these are active. We're going to do, it was always Wrath of the Depths and Triple Cycle here. Now we are going to change our totem up. Let's go ahead and put the Flame Dance in. So Flame Dance basically makes it to where it's like two of the alts of the flame comes out. Yeah, it still wins. Still wins. It might be a little bit closer. A little bit on this team, but still wins. All right, let's keep on going. Hyperion, Sigurd, Nova, Solaris, Iari. We're going to do, for this one, still going to do Ice Age and Call the Elements. This one, we will do Depth's Whisper and Pulse of the Ancients. 5 fire. Let's go back to Last Flash here too. But here's the thing, like I'm facing this fire, and this is like a full totem. The best totems over here too. So that's like 2 full 5-star, right? Now, if we change this a little bit, and let's say your opponent doesn't have a full 5-star, right? Let's say that they have maybe one, but let's take away these two, where it's only like one totem that's full. Let's see how it does. Yep. And and this is where if you have the advantage in the elements, like with those abilities, that's going to be really big for you. It's going to be really big because the totem, like these totem elemental and affinity skills matter. They matter a lot. And I've said this beforehand. I feel like Hero Wars will eventually put in a new mode for Titan fighting that's focused on Titan fighting. Right now, it's mostly hero fighting. You do Titan fighting during the dungeon, which is super boring. You do Titan fighting during Guild Wars and COW. And that's really the only places that have the Titan fighting in. Yeah. So fire becomes a cheaper investment. I personally think the 5 fire team is super fun, right? I fire has been my secondary team for the most part. I've used water originally, but I think fire will probably become my primary team moving forward. The 5 fire attacking is very fun. And let's go ahead and switch it up. Let's go ahead, switch it up. And this is not as good. It's not as good, but we're going to do a 5 fire defense now. And you're going to say, like, what? Fire is not good at defense. I get it. But with 5 fire, it does change the math a little bit. So let's go ahead, go against them now with my 4 water, right? Which is what a lot of people would try to counter it with, at least at the beginning. 4 water and dungeon boring. Yeah, dungeon's super boring. If you don't have the necessary combination of fusion skills for the totem, then you can't cope. Maybe in the future we can modify the skills depending on what we need. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, that one is able, not as good as defense, right? So it did go down. Looks like pretty consistent. It's going to beat the 5 fire. But let's switch this up. Let's take out my Ari and let's say they use like a combination here. Ooh, I need to leave this real quick. It's still won, even without the totem here. Okay. So it's not going to be nearly as good at defense, but it's going to be a very fun attack. Replace Vulcan with Tenebris. We can do that. There we go. Let's make sure we have the right stuff. Wrath of the Depths, and let's go ahead and do triple cycle. I still think the fusion skill should have been like pets, where you level up the fusion skill separately, but you can attach them to any Titan team. That could make sense. Make it a little bit more like flexible. Ah, look what we did here. So that one won. Looks like it's pretty consistent. That's good. Let's change this out. Let's go back to only fire team. Tenebris is good. Okay, it got it. It did get it. So the four water did work here. Right? But not every time. Not every time. Wow. Okay, so there is a little bit of randomness there. Okay, let's change it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and go with Solaris instead. Vulcan is very replaceable. Completely agree with you there. Vulcan is replaceable. The worst one, for sure, for the fire. Okay. Let's see if it is consistent too. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be much more consistent. So in this case, Solaris is better than Tenebris on the attacking team. What is it that gives the battles RNG? Well, usually it's Eden. But I think what's happening here is this this little guy, the pyro that's exploding, I think is what's giving it the RNG here. Because there's no crits, so there shouldn't really be that much RNG within Titan fighting. But I think that's it, Samuel. All right. Let's go ahead fight it with a dark light. Let's say mostly dark. Light, we will give Ice Age, Kali Elements. Dark, we will give was Wrath of the Depths and Triple Cycle. If you swap Igneous for Mort, I think the defense might work better. That might be the case too. There is no team that's going to win 100%. It's still not even with this new Titan. There is not one specific team that is going to be 100%. Right? It's just not going to happen. So let's go ahead, Ignis. Let's go ahead, put in Mort. Oops, I still need to put in the correct totems here. We'll do the Wrath of the Depths, Triple Cycle. Should never be. Yeah, there really should never be a 100% team, right? Yeah. If there was, then everyone would just use it. So this one dismantles that pretty well. So it is much worse on defense. It is much worse on defense fire, but it still can be okay. Can you try Asherona, Araji, Moloch, Tenebris, Solaris? Sure. Asherona, Araji, Moloch. We'll just do Last Flash and Primal Zeal here. Yep, still's a winner. Fire will beat fire, which makes sense. Let's try actually on the defense side though. Let's try like a Solaris and Yari and Ice Age Call of the Elements. Yeah, this one might be different. But all of this testing is to say this. It does offer up a lot of different combinations, which can make it a little bit more interesting for Titan fighting, right? You can have a 2 Titan team, a 2 Earth team, and a light totem or a light Titan, and still get 2 totems there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, overall, still pretty solid Titan. It seems like. I think if you're still wanting to do a 4 Titan team, it could probably pretty easily replace Vulcan, who is the worst one of those. So you can put Asherona and Vulcan, and then still have like a Tenebris in there if you want to, something like that, or Solaris in there if you wanted to. Yeah. So should you go all out? Well, if you're playing and the event is coming up, as I mentioned earlier, I would wait to upgrade. I don't think I from what I've tested, Asherona Pyro is fun, but it's not like you have to have or else you're going to be in a bad spot, right? I don't think it is a 100% must have. I think eventually you should want every single Titan built up. It might take a while, but you want everyone. Try Hyperion, Tenebris, Moloch, Araji, Brewster. Okay. In the meantime, yeah, actually, speaking of that, in the meantime, let's go ahead and put a hashtag um Asherona. Hashtag Asherona in the chat. Okay, you said Hyperion, Tenebris, Moloch, Araji, Brewster. This one. Unfortunately, for the giveaway, we're only going to be able to give away 1 gift today. Zeus is running out. at least on web. How about this? We'll do like one overall gift, and then maybe we can do 1 Facebook gift. I don't know. We have a lot more Facebook gifts. No one on Facebook ever wins. Not Araji, Asherona. Isn't that what we had? Oh, you just want like Asherona. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. Brewster, Yari. Let's go ahead and make this one Ice Age. Call the elements. This one will be Wrath of the Depths and Triple Cycle. Okay. Let's do an attack team. Let's just do my 5 fire. That's pretty fun. Do you think Hyperion is better than Araji? Depends on the scenario overall. Yeah. Oh, you wanted Hyperion, not Solaris. Okay. I do think Hyperion is better than Araji overall. I do. Okay, so this team was barely able to win. It was very close, but barely able to win. But let's switch it. So no Solaris. You wanted Hyperion. Okay. Not sure I would agree with that just because you're losing a totem. And give Moloch over Iari. Oh, okay. That's what you were asking for. Still wins. Still wins. Moloch over Iari. This is what you're talking about. Okay, last flash. Primal Zeal. Got those on. Is this new Titan good? I just joined. Seems to be pretty solid. From what I can tell, it's not a you absolutely have to have or you're in trouble. Yeah, so still winning. Still winning against the all fire team. But it's close. It's very close. Yeah. So fun Titan. Hashtag Asherona. Hashtag Asherona. If you are wanting to join the giveaway. All right, let's go ahead and move over there. Let's get Absortios. Seems like the mishap teams perform better. Yeah, they did seem to do better, but you don't really want to throw a mishap team out there, right? Because then it will make it easier for other people to pick that one off. And it performed well against the 5 fire. You know, who knows how it would perform against other stuff. All right, so we're going to give it a couple more minutes. Hashtag Asherona if you want to be in the potential giveaway. How much do people usually spend on these demon dolls? In terms of energy? We have a few people in my guild that just go absolutely crazy during this time for demon dolls. And I get it. Demon dolls are good. They give you a lot of different types of resources. But yeah, let's see here. Look at that. Like this guy in particular. Now he always uses a lot of energy, but 29,000. Oh, I don't know how he has that much bottled energy. I don't know. Hope they give us baubles like last year. We are going to have chances to get baubles. We are going to absolutely have chances to get baubles. If we go here and go back up, it talks about what each basically bauble is worth. Here we go. 50,000 Winterfest coins is 10,000 emeralds. Okay. So each bauble is worth roughly 0.2 emeralds, roughly 0.2. So we are going to have upcoming events that are going to be able to give you baubles. This Area of Conquest event is going to give you baubles. Sears game event can give you baubles. The Hero Wars Tournament of Titan Power is going to, if you win or in the top whatever 5, 6, 7, probably going to give you baubles. I've found it's more effective to use it with a fire team. Yeah. Yeah, last year they gave away a ton for free. So that's what you're talking about. They didn't mean to give those away. That was actually a bug that happened where they gave you baubles for the previous year's ranking. I don't think that's going to happen again this year. I don't think that's going to happen again this year. Yeah, and stovetop, that's a good point. Whenever I started playing a year ago, the demon dolls were very useful. Not so much today. They do get less useful the longer you play the game, but they're still good, just less useful. Where do you see your baubles status, the quantity? I'll show you in just a sec, Ronald. Someone was asking to see my COW. We are right now number 46, top 50, but barely hanging on. We just lost last week to a good guild, but we had won the previous 2. I think we'll probably end up like 40th. We are getting better at it. But we'll probably be by the end of the season, which is 27 days, 28 days. Probably a bit, my guess around 40 or so, where we're going to end up. So not terrible. If you want to know how many baubles you currently have, you can just hover over the Winterfest baubles. Right now, I have 6,150. Right? Not that many. Not that many. Why are you not in Olympus Guild? That's on web. This is my main account on Facebook. Yeah. Do you own it? Do I own COW? I don't know what you're talking about there. Is there any information about prizes will be available at the Christmas event? Not yet, Alex. There isn't anything yet. But as soon as there is, we will definitely talk about it. Okay, let's go ahead and load these comments. We're going to exclude the duplicates. Asherona. And here we go. Let's see who's the winner. Alexandra Lapuco. 3579. Congratulations on winning. What I need from you is the your ID and whether you play on Facebook or web. Oh, Prowler? No, I do not own the guild. I am not the guild master. I joined because I knew the person who was the guild master on my other server. And they're just like, hey, that guild actually broke up. That guild broke up because, well, for a lot of reasons, but not like any drama reasons. Just different people were leaving the game or leaving and trying to find a stronger guild because we were mid-tier gold, so they were trying to find a better one. So our strongest players ended up leaving, and so we broke it up, and me and one other member of my guild joined this one. Yeah. How long have I played Hero Wars? Yeah, they arranged the events this time so you can't use piggy bank. I think they did. Yeah. I've been playing for almost 3 years. In February, it will be 3 years. Yeah. I understand that you have to pay 1 million gold, 2,500 diamonds every day. That's complete trash. Yep. But every single day, these prizes are going to reset. And 100%, it's worth it. 100%, a million gold, absolutely worth this. And 100%, if you have the emeralds, worth this. 100%. Alexandra, are you here? Alexandra. Maybe on Facebook it will happen that the number of servers in Alliance will reduce. Yeah, that's true. Reroll territory for me? Fat chance. Fat chance. I'm not rerolling. My account is my account. So funny. I started on the server. The server I started on, I was just starting to play. I had no idea about servers, anything like that. I started and I was about 6 months late to the server, which means you're way behind. But I was able to, by being smart, I was able to move my way up the rankings little by little. I started in a Bronze League guild, recruited people to that, eventually made it to a Silver League guild, recruited people for that, eventually made it to Gold League from that Silver League guild, kept on recruiting, and we weren't able to be the top, but we got into like 4th or 5th consistently. And then after a while of that, I was just like the GM duties were too much. There we go. Okay, we got it. Web ID. Thank you, Alexander. GM duties were just too much. It takes a long time to assign out all these fights. It takes a really long time. So I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done with GM. And then I came over to this guild, and I'll help out with fights and assigning, but I don't have to have the responsibility of it, which is good. Yeah. That's the key, Bobbyson. That is the key. If you can stay in arena every single day at the first place, 650 emeralds, it doesn't sound like a lot, but every single day, it adds up. Yeah. It adds up. Like you can see here, I take first place right before my time. Before that, I took first place right before my time. I usually try to get both Grand Arena and Arena. First place, you can see like right here yesterday, I had them both first just to make sure. Is it worth spending those resources for balls? I've been playing since summer, so I don't know what items will be available for balls, and I'm playing without donations. What do you mean for the balls, DK? Yeah, I mean, I would love if everyone actually just was initiative and actively participate. Unfortunately, what most guilds look like is there's probably 5 active players and 25 people who just kind of follow orders. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Exactly. Usain. 365 times 650. Look at how many emeralds you can get just by being first at the end of each day. 232,000. How much would that cost? Over $180. It's a lot. Yeah. Offense we can manage, defense is the toughest. Yep. Baubles probably if you need a lot of winter skins. Yeah. For baubles, you're gonna need a lot if you're trying to get the winter skins. You're gonna need a lot. Like, but here's the thing: the more gifts you send, the higher ranking you can get, and the gift exchange, which also gives you some additional resources. Don't expect to get the free totem unless you really spend a lot. All right, I'm gonna do one Facebook giveaway. So hashtag Pyro if you are on Facebook. Only Facebook participants. Hashtag Pyro. If you have time and enough heroes leveled, you can get rank 1 consistently every day, I guess. Yeah, and you really hope that you just don't have the same time as someone else on the server, right? I do. Like me and Frank. Me and Frank fight for it. He I get it relatively consistently, but he has knocked me out a couple times from rank 1. A couple times. Again, only Facebook. Only Facebook. Hashtag Pyro. Is Zeus going to come on a live stream? He might eventually. He might eventually. I haven't talked with him about it. Yeah, if you're not on Facebook and you win, you're not going to get anything. So no reason to put that out there. No reason for that. So also, by the way, just for this event, I'm going to show you something. You can see here 7229. This actually doesn't get updated unless you refresh your game. So remember 7229. I like ruining other people's payout hours. So I like that, Toma. If there was one thing if there was one player who I knew where their payout time was and I was awake during it, I would try to take him down. There's one player in my entire server that I would try to do that for. Everyone else, I don't care. You can do yours. But okay, let's go back to this real quick. See, yep. By the time I was on live stream, 1,500 other people did this. So now it's 5723. Yeah. No, that player would be oh, I guess he doesn't really attack me that much in arena usually. He is the grand arena guy, this guy right here. And I actually I think it's Russian. I'm not sure exactly how to say this name. But the reason I would do that for him more than anyone else, whole reason I would do that is this guy. I'm not sure if anyone has ever watched the South Park of like the World of Warcraft South Park. How do you kill that which has no life? I kid you not. I will take the number 1 ranking from this guy. And within a lot of times, within like a minute, he'll take it back. And he'll use like emeralds to fight me 3 times so I can't change my teams in between. Yeah. I almost sent him a message. Like I almost did of like, how do you kill that which has no life? Because he's always on. I don't know how he's always on. It's pretty crazy to me. But it's just crazy. I'm not on that much. Someone could attack me. It would take me a very long time. Yeah, apparently. And I don't think it's a smart move to spend emeralds in the Grand Arena, personally. I don't think it is. There was one day where I was just I was stupid, but I got angry at him because we were going both back and forth in arena and grand arena, and it was right before my cutoff time. So we were literally, I would fight a team in grand arena. I would spend some emeralds and win. I would change my teams here. I would go to arena. He would have beaten me. I take that team out. I try to change this team. He would have beaten me in grand arena, and we just kept on going back and forth until I took it at the last second and I got my stuff. But I definitely spent a lot there. There's one day where we were just going to war. But is Olympus real or an AI thing? Well, Olympus is a guild. Zeus is absolutely real. I can promise you that. And he's a great guy. I'm not sure if he's on this live stream, but I mean, the reason how I came on Olympus's live streams is Zeus reached out to me and he's just like, hey, I saw you were a smaller Hero Wars content creator. Just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. right? And Zeus is a big, like he is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Hero Wars content creators, right? So I was just like, wow, okay, this guy's willing to help me out. So we just started having a conversation. Then I invited him to one of my live streams that I was doing on my other one, and he decided to join. And he's like, "Oh, I love it. Can you do that for mine?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." We also have those crazy players. Yeah, yep. I guess they're on every server. They're on every server. Yeah. Oh, Minnesota, you're nice. So that's kind. Trying to help them get their ranking. The funny thing is his guildie, who is the leader of this a tree of Olympus, which funny enough is the name of our rival guild, is very nice. He messaged me and he asked me, he's like a while ago, he asked me, he's like, "Hey, what time is your cutoff just to make sure I don't attack you?" And I told him, right? And he has never attacked me during that time. I try classic, yeah. Is that his real voice and demeanor in the videos he sends? Zeus's? Um, I think it's an AI voice, but he writes out everything. I battled Olympus and Cosmic Battle Top 50. Yep. It pays to be nice. People will be nice back. Yeah. Yeah, it does. That's absolutely true. I don't know why you would like try to start a war. The only reason I went to war with that one guy is because he kept on attacking me during my time. And I was just like, okay, I need to I need to show him that I'm not going to give up here. Yeah. So that's the reason why. All right. Exclamation point pyro. Let's go ahead, redo this one. Or hashtag pyro, I think it was. No, not Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, so that's the one time Minnesota. That's actually also good. Now this you have to be a very specific and very into this game if you know exactly what Minnesota is talking about. So I have spent extra 50 emeralds to refresh my battles so that I can get first place instead of second place, which does give me a better net. Now, usually my 5 attacks will absolutely get me there. 100%. 100%. But there are times where I do need to do extra battles. So that is one of the very small things, Minnesota, that I'm glad you pointed out. Do you think Fifth Titan will be released for the light and dark elements? Maybe eventually, but it's going to take a little bit for them to build that out, I think. One winner. Again, this is only for Facebook. Only for Facebook. Yeah, and I have seen someone mentioned it. I put my time zone in. I have seen other people do that, just so that they know, like that's the time. All right, here we go. At Heisel Q. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. I think there's a couple people in my guild that have the time zone. Heisel Q, if you can go ahead put your ID in. I'm assuming you're on Facebook. Go ahead, put your ID in. See, like Hero +3. He has that one. Aaron -5. He has his. I'm not sure if this one's actually a 2. But those two have their time in. Hey, okay. Heisel's here. Great. Heisel, can I get your first of all, can you confirm that you're on Facebook? Number 1, and number 2, can I get your ID? No guild member attacks in arena. Yeah. So I think that is also important. I don't attack guildies unless the only time I will attack guildies, and usually that's only in arena, is if my time is coming up and I know I already don't share that time with my other guildies. And if that's the case, I will take the first place from them, right? I will take the first place from them, but they're fine. Prowler, I wish we could. We're running out of gifts there. That's the problem, and we want to make sure we can still give away on different live streams. So maybe on the next one. Maybe on the next one you'll get lucky. I'm still maining Tristan Galahad, Lyria, Lara, Sebastian. Do you think I should focus anyone on particular for swaps? I'm building a Cascade Mage team on the side. Plus, I have Isaac. Yeah, well, I would say Isaac for sure. And Tristan, Galahad, Lyria, Lara, Sebastian. Who else could go well with that? Ishmael. Ishmael could work there pretty good as well. Probably what I suggest. Aiden would also be interesting. Ishmael or Aiden. Yeah. Will they be sent by mail, the winter pole boxes that if not open and collected during sleep? I'm not sure. Yeah, Ishmael's good. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, I think that's going to be it for this stream. Thanks everyone for watching. I will be doing another stream during the Asherona event whenever it comes out. We're going to be walking through powering up Asherona as well as some of the event chapters, having some fun there. But yeah, you'll see me later on. I guess it's this week. But thanks for joining, and we'll talk with you soon.